Gladys, I've just arrived at the hotel. It's surprisingly nice considering it was arranged by my workplace.
Did you have to leave tonight? You could have gone in the morning. I'm going to miss you, Glenn.
But the meeting is early tomorrow. If I oversleep or get lost, I'll be late. It's safer to stay the night instead of rushing in the morning.
I understand, but I feel lonely being alone for the night. It's sad to have a double bed all to myself.
I understand, but you have to realize this is my job. You're a mother now, but you still have a constant need for affection.
That doesn't matter. Being a mother doesn't change my personal needs.
If you're feeling so lonely, why don't you sleep together with Susan? Your daughter should be able to ease your loneliness a bit.
But she's always such a restless sleeper. She'll take my covers. And when she's sleeping, she kicks. Quite forcefully, too.
That's true. Sleeping with Susan can be quite dangerous. She's 10 now, so she's getting stronger. The other day, I took a nap next to her and she punched me in the face.
I'll just tough it out and sleep alone. Just come home as soon as you can, okay? You'll be back in a week at most, right?
Yeah. Let me know if anything happens.
Will you come back if something does happen?
Of course.
Yay!
It'll be around a 4-hour drive. But if you need me, don't hesitate to contact me. Just behave while I'm gone.
Don't treat me like a child. You don't need to remind me to behave.
That's great. Susan has her open house at school this week, right?
Yep. I'm really looking forward to it.
I wanted to see how she's doing at school firsthand as well. I wish this business trip didn't coincide with the open house.
If it's for work, it can't be helped. Just leave it to me. I'll go see how she's doing at school on your behalf.
I'm glad. Then I'll leave it to you.
I should go buy new clothes for the open house. If I'm not dressed appropriately, I'll embarrass Susan. I also need to visit the salon.
It seems like you're really getting into it. But is it really necessary to wear new clothes for this occasion?
I need to make an effort for any school event involving parents. I don't want to make Susan feel ashamed of me based on my appearance. So I better prepare properly.
I understand. Then I'll leave everything regarding the open house to you.
You can count on me. I'll let you know how it goes. Have a successful business trip, Glenn.
Hello, Dad. I'm sorry if I woke you up. You must still be asleep.
Hey, what's up? It's still early. It's a bit early for school. Why don't you sleep a little more?
Mom hasn't come home yet. I don't know what to do. I'm tired of being home alone.
Mom is still not home? Did she go somewhere?
She told me she was going out 2 days ago, but she hasn't returned since then.
2 days ago? Really?
Yes.
Why didn't you tell me earlier?
I'm sorry.
Maybe something happened to her wherever she went. It's strange for her not to come home for so long.
But Mom said she would be gone for about 2 days.
Huh? Wow, really? Mom actually said that?
Yes, she did. But it's been almost 3 days now, so I texted you, Dad.
Wait a moment. Where did Mom say she was going?
I don't know. She dressed up nicely and took a big bag, so maybe she went on vacation or something.
She left you and went on vacation? Are you serious?
Since you've been away on business, Mom has been going out all the time. She's hardly ever at home, so I've been alone most of the time.
I can't believe Mom was doing this behind my back.
Mom told me not to tell you how often she goes out. She said she would punish me if I told.
What kind of punishment? She didn't hit you, did she?
Yes, she hits me with a belt.
Oh no. Has she punished you like that before?
Many times. If I'm not a good girl, Mom punishes me when you're not here. She also warned me not to tell you about her vacation. She threatened that if I told you, she would separate us, and I would never see you again. Is it true that I can't see you anymore because I told you?
Not at all. Don't worry. We won't have to live apart. I'll always be by your side, Susan.
Today is open house at school. Mom probably won't come, will she?
Oh, right. Today is open house. Well, I'll go.
But you're working, right? You can't come home until you finish work, can you?
The most important work was already finished yesterday. I can delegate the rest to others, so I'll come home. What time do I need to be there for open house?
It's the 5th period after lunch.
I should be able to make it. I'll get there as soon as I can, so just take the bus to school as usual. Got it?
Okay. I have a presentation today at open house. I worked hard on it, so make sure you watch it, Dad.
Yeah. I'll be looking forward to it.
I was actually going to listen to Mom and not tell you about her absence.
I see.
But last night, while I was preparing for my presentation, I felt sad. I felt bad that even if I prepared, neither you nor Mom would be there to hear my presentation. I couldn't hold it in any longer, so I told you everything, Dad. I'm sorry.
I understand now. You don't need to apologize for anything, Susan. You did nothing wrong. I'm the one who should apologize for not noticing what you were going through earlier. I'll be there for your presentation.
Thank you. I'll be waiting at school. It's a promise.
I hope you had a good day at work. I just came back from Susan's open house. She was actively engaged in the class and raised her hand to answer questions. That's just how our daughter is. I wish you could have joined us at the open house as well.
Actually, I did go.
Ha!
Well, as it turns out, I wish you could have come to the open house too. It went quite well.
What do you mean?
I heard about the situation from Susan. I even cut my business trip short to attend the open house. You're still on vacation, right? Where are you?
What are you talking about? I would never leave our 10-year-old daughter to go on vacation. What exactly did Susan tell you?
You're right, normal people wouldn't do such a thing. But the fact remains that you did. If I'm mistaken, let's have a Skype call. Show me where you are right now.
I can't. My battery is about to die.
So, you're admitting your guilt?
No, you've misunderstood.
It's suspicious that you're not trying to prove me wrong after being accused like this. So you can't prove me wrong, can you? I already know the truth, so you can't make excuses this time.
Phi Thien. Why did Susan have to reveal everything? It's all falling apart because of her.
Don't blame Susan for this. She was afraid of your retaliation, yet she still told me. I'm ashamed that I didn't realize what you were putting her through all this time.
What have I put her through, then? What do you think I've done?
While I was away on business, you left Susan alone and went out to have fun, didn't you? I heard from her that you regularly hit her with a belt too. I confirmed this by seeing the bruises on her body.
Those were just bruises. They'll heal. I had to discipline her because she wouldn't listen to me.
This was clearly beyond discipline. The bruises were on parts of her body covered by clothing as well. Nobody noticed the bruises on her body all this time. She must have suffered so much, poor thing. And on top of that, you left the child alone at home for 3 days. What were you thinking?
I had to go on this vacation. I couldn't say no because I was invited by a high school friend I hadn't seen in years. I wasn't sure when we would get another chance to meet. Susan is at an age where she can stay home alone.
So you thought it was okay to leave her alone for 3 days? And how do you explain the open house? You assured me so many times that I could count on you for that. You told Susan to pretend that you had attended, didn't you? That's a deceitful move.
My friend invited me, but I really wanted to go. Those weren't the only things that shocked me, though.
There's one more thing Susan told me.
One more thing.
The kids all did a presentation for open house. Susan's presentation was a masterpiece.
Huh? What do you mean?
The title was My Mother.
She spoke about me?
She talked about how you hit her with a belt when you're in a bad mood. Also, that you left her to go on vacation. She spoke in great detail about the kind of person you truly are.
What? She talked about things like that in front of everyone?
And another thing, in the presentation, she said that you were having an affair. This vacation of yours is with your affair partner, isn't it?
Susan's just making up stories. I'm not having an affair. I always tell you that I only have eyes for you, Glenn. I told you how sad I was when you left for your business trip.
Now I can see that was all an act. You were just playing the good wife so you wouldn't get caught in your affair. I've been told you even brought another man into the house when Susan was around. Of course, with threats to punish her if she told anyone.
Did she say that in her presentation too?
Shall I tell you how the people in the classroom reacted when Susan gave her presentation? It went dead silent in there, and some parents were even crying. I almost cried too, from the shock and humiliation. I didn't think that my beloved wife was also cheating on me. Everything I learned today overwhelmed me. If another student's dad didn't rub my back, I would have cried for sure.
I can't believe she spoke about our family affairs publicly. That's awful.
You're the one who's awful here. After Susan finished her presentation, the whole classroom broke out into loud applause. I thought some kids might be mean to her about her mother having an affair. But you could feel the whole class support for her. On the other hand, they all realized that you're the worst, Gladys.
No way. A lot of her classmates are our neighbors. They're going to be so cold to me from now on. How can I even live in the neighborhood from now on?
You don't need to worry about that. You can't live here from now on anyway.
Why not?
You're going to have to leave the house. I can't live with a wife who hurts my daughter.
Don't decide that by yourself. What about my wishes?
Don't think that I'll take your wishes into account anymore. I'm prepared to fight you tooth and nail after talking to CPS and hiring a lawyer. I'll be fighting for 100% custody, child support, and I'll even sue you for emotional damages. You'd better prepare yourself.
But we were such a good couple that others envied us. Let's not argue, come on.
All that was built on a lie, though. You were doing so much behind my back. Anyway, this isn't an argument. It's a legalized negotiation. But one where you don't have a single bit of leverage over me. How was school today, Susan?
Everyone treated me more kindly than usual. The principal visited me and assured that I can approach her anytime to discuss my problems.
I see. It's great to know that everyone at school is so kind to you.
Is Mom still not coming home? I wonder where she is.
Maybe she's unable to come home because she's scared of me. I'm really angry at Mom right now.
Perhaps she went to Grandma and Grandpa's house.
That's a possibility. Maybe she thought that if it's her own parents, they would help her.
But I did make Grandpa promise. I told him to scold Mom and make her feel remorseful if she visits. Grandpa assured me that I can rely on him for that.
I did inform Grandpa about everything Mom did. He was really furious with Mom, so I believe he'll keep his promise to you.
Mom is in serious trouble with Grandpa now.
Yes, it seems so. Susan, are you doing okay without Mom around?
Yeah, I'm fine. Because she won't lie to you or hit me anymore.
I'm sorry that I didn't notice all this sooner.
I'm sorry for lying to you all this time, Dad.
Don't worry about that. You should come home early because I'm preparing your favorite meal tonight. Chicken and fries.
Really? Yay! Hey, Dad.
Yes?
I was so happy when you attended the open house. I love you forever, Dad.
Following that, it appears that Gladys went to her parents' house. However, upon her arrival, her parents gave her an earful since they had been informed of the whole situation by me and Susan. It seems Susan's grandfather fulfilled his promise and made things difficult for Gladys. Shortly after that, we went through a divorce. I obtained sole custody of Susan, and now we're enjoying life together, just the two of us. My ex-wife's parents are keeping a close eye on her, while she works tirelessly to fulfill her child support obligations and compensate for emotional damages. Perhaps her new lifestyle has been challenging, because she attempted to reach out to us and reintegrate into our lives. However, both of us chose to ignore her, and she eventually settled down again. As we began our new lives, Susan happily hummed while packing her mother's belongings in the corner of the room. Curious, I asked her what she was doing. She joyfully explained that those belongings were no longer necessary since her mother was gone. With a radiant smile on her face, she sorted through Gladys's belongings. A part of me harbored anger toward my ex-wife for mistreating Susan to the point where she felt this way. Yet, I also felt a deep sense of shame for not realizing it earlier. From now on, I am determined to ensure my daughter never experiences anything like this again. I want to shower her with an abundance of love to compensate for the absence of her mother.